Hello, hello, Stephanie Zima here, My Way of Life Coaching. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about the lie you're telling yourself that you do not have time. I know. I have done the same thing over and over and over. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. I almost try to convince myself that I literally do not have time. And while my time is very limited, I am, after all, a mom of three. I'm a business owner. I have a full-time employment at this moment. I have all three in travel sports. Like, schedules are insane, and I am doing it by myself as a single mom, pretty much. It's crazy, right? But CrossFit has shown me that there is always time. There's time. There's 10 minutes. There's 15 minutes to get done what you need to get done to move the needle forward in any area of your life. Small little steps if you just focus. Okay. And that is what I want to talk to you guys about it. Why are we not focusing? Because the real problem is not that we don't have time. The real problem is a lack of focus. Now, why are we not focusing? There is a number of different things. And I do believe that the biggest reason why we are not focusing is because we are comforting pain. We're comforting the things that no one wants to talk about, right? We are exhausted. I mean, yeah, we are complaining about, oh my gosh, and I'm so exhausted, and, all that stuff, but we're never really talking about the root of the exhaustion. Why are we feeling lonely? Why are we feeling exhausted? Why are we having a lack of boundaries? Why are we just pacifying our pain with scrolling, for example, binge watching Netflix, zoning out, overeating? We are trying to get these dopamine hits. We are trying to make things happen for us all the time, but we're not really addressing the reason why we feel like that in the first place. And that is the root of you are saying, I don't have time. Now, what I want you to think today about is the consequences of you saying, I don't have time, and you are not looking at the root of the problem. When you just say, I don't have time, you are cutting off connection at its source. Okay. I don't have time to pay attention to my child today. I don't have time to work on my business and create financial income today. I don't have time to deal with my health and exercise today. Do we really not have time, or did we have a lack of preparation and a lack of focus on what really truly matters? When you are honest with yourself, you need to start looking at your days and the minutes you are spending, and you are needing to start realizing, how many minutes do I spend being upset, complaining, frustrated, zoning out on my phone, playing around on the computer, watching TikToks? Like, how many minutes? Check your screen time. If you want to really be accountable to yourself, check your screen time and check how many minutes have you looked at your phone today that has not been productive of some sort. How many times? Now, I am not saying that you should never be zoning out on your phone. I do it too. Sometimes I just, when there's a really stressful situation, I allow myself 5 minutes to reset. Okay. But here's the thing. I set a timer and I say, for 5 minutes, I'm going to just sit and play. Candy Crush, for example. Oh my gosh, I see so many people playing Candy Crush. Why? You are doing this, passing the time. Okay. I'm just going to say it. I was at a concert for my child, and the amount of parents sitting there with their phones out playing Candy Crush, when in fact they could have had a meaningful conversation with their child, if they could have maybe had some kind of a connection with their child. The question here is not, and I'm not saying this to attack you or to point fingers at anybody, but what I want to do is I want to raise your discomfort just a little bit. I want to irritate you just a little bit. I want to agitate you just a little bit to look and wake up and start realizing, like, yeah, why didn't I do that? Why do I zone out? What happened? Did I not sleep the night before? Do I never go to bed on time? Why am I never getting on bed on time? See, there are valid reasons why we're exhausted. There are valid reasons why we're frustrated. There are valid reasons why we're angry. But I also know that these negative, low vibe emotions, this emotional state that you are in all the time is not beneficial to you actually making the progress that you're desiring. And what happens is if you do not control these low vibe energy states of some sort and move out of them, get skills to move out of those low energy vibe states, you are never going to create the income and impact that you are wanting to do. You are here for more. You want to do more. You want to have better relationships. You want to have more fun, more money. You want to have a better career. You want to have better health. You want more from your life. You know that where you are right now is not satisfactory to you and you want more. Well, in order to get more, you need to become more. In order to get more, you need to change where you are right now. And if you are comfortably numbing all these discomforts that we have in our life, then you are content. And the contentment is the biggest enemy you have. Okay, contentment is the biggest enemy. If you are sitting there content with where you are not moving out of those low vibe energy states into something that will create the better next level you that you want to have, right? So that means in order to change these low vibe energy states, we do not need to be only comfortable in our contentment. We need to look at what is causing it. So if you're sitting in the concert playing Candy Crush instead of communicating with your child, ask yourself, why are you not communicating with your child? And yes, some children are really taxing. Some things are really hard, but why are they hard for them? Like empathy, okay? Children, I hear, and I know I'm going a little bit off topic here right now, but I'm hearing a lot of moms complaining about their children. I'm hearing a lot of people giving up on their children. And I'm wanting to tell you right now, stop doing that. Stop doing that because they are our future. The children are our future. And yes, while parenting is super hard, especially when we have a bunch of problems ourselves, we need to still be the leader of our pack. We need to figure out how we can get energy, how we can feel better, how we can recharge quicker, how we can be more on top, more prepared, so we can sustain and then encourage and bring up the next generation. Numbing out and being out of the game, so to speak, is not your solution. It is not your solution to creating more income in your business, leveling up your health, leveling up your relationship, or your parenting game. It's not. And what's going to happen is you are going to sit later on when you are in an empty nest and no one wants to have anything to do with you anymore because you're already disconnected because of your pain. You disconnected. And then later on, no one wants to do anything with you anymore, and then you're going to be dying with regrets. That is what I want to help you with. I don't want you to die with regrets. I want you to give it your all. I want you to heal these patterns that are having you exhausted and frustrated and not capable of becoming more and doing more. I want you to be able to heal those things. I want you to take a look. Where is this coming from? Why am I allowing this? See, I sometimes get frustrated because I get too tired and I start realizing, why am I getting tired? Well, because I'm always saying yes. I'm a yes person. I like to please other people and I'm telling them yes, 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 yes. I overcommit. And what I have to learn is I have to say no. And sometimes I have to say yes, but later, not now. Right now, I need to recharge. Right now, I need to do something for myself. And right now, I maybe need to find this more solution, better solution to help you be comfortable where you are so that I can also do certain things. that I want to do and that I need to do for myself. And sometimes it's messy and sometimes it's crazy, but that's where it is. Because, once you understand the patterns that you are in, once you start realizing that there are patterns, most of you are oblivious to the fact that there are patterns in your life that indicate where you are. You just realize, oh, I'm not where I want to be. Oh, I guess it's not meant to be me. Yes, it is you. It is meant to be you. You are meant to be all of what you have in your heart. You are the one that is meant to do that. And all you need is to be aware of the skills that you're lacking. How do you become aware of the skills that you're lacking? By watching and observing and checking and trying and trying over and over and over again. What do you need to do? You need to show up for your life. You need to show up. Well, if you are zoning out on Candy Crush, if you're zoning out on TikTok, if you're zoning out places, you are not going to be there. And that is the real problem. It's not the lack of time. You can stop lying to yourself. I mean, seriously, lying to yourself lets you off the hook. See, and I know that because I've done this to myself. The problem is I don't have time. It's what I said all the time to me, to myself. I said that. Yeah, I would love to do that. I just don't have time. I would love to work my business. I just don't have time. I would love to go exercise. I just don't have time. Well, CrossFit showed me that I can get a heck of a workout in 10 minutes or less, actually 15 minutes or less. 10 minutes, I can already get a really good sweat on. How often do you sit on your phone for 10 minutes? A lot of times. And I know this is not your typical video that makes you feel good. This is a little bit of a reality check, but it is important that you understand that this is meant with love. It's meant for you to understand that you're lying to yourself and it's preventing you from doing all the things that you want to do. It's preventing you from showing up as you. And see, the problem with that is that if you don't show up as you, you are caught in this rat race over and over and over again, and you're not doing the actions that you need to do. And you are not going to level up, and then eventually it's going to be too late, and then you can't do the things anymore. If you don't take care of your health, eventually your health will be gone. That's it. You have a number of days, and nobody knows what the number of days is going to be. We do not know. We do not know how many days we have. Okay? So you got to start today. You've got to start having some urgency, and you got to realize that, you know what, today is a day. And how do we do this? We need to start. We need to show up. We need to raise our hand, and we need to ask how. Who can help me? Who can help me get done what I need to get done? Okay, so the real thief here is not your lack of time. The real thief of your happiness and your joy is not a lack of time. The real thief for your lack of money is not time. It is a lack of focus and a lack of awareness of what is really behind you not taking the action. You self-sabotaging yourself, you doubting yourself. That is what you need to heal, okay? You need to heal that. You are not procrastinating because you're lazy. You're procrastinating because you have subconscious things protecting you from something that you're not aware of. Okay, that's what it is. So what you need to do, you need to figure out what is really keeping me from taking the action. Why am I not focusing on it? What is going on? Okay, what belief is holding me back here? What feeling is holding me back? Why am I not taking the action? That is what you need to reframe. Okay, more money can equal hiring help. Creating more money. See, this is exactly what I do. Like sometimes I think if I have more sales, if I have more people, I'm thinking to myself, like, I have more work and I'm already exhausted. So I don't even my brain wants to spin into this cycle of overwhelm because that's my old pattern. And now I have to remind myself, like, yeah, more money means I can hire more help. I can hire a cleaning lady. I can hire a cook. I can hire somebody who's meal prep for me. I can hire somebody who is going to, and I'm even providing more jobs for people. more spreading the gift, more making more money doesn't necessarily mean, oh, you're going to have to be an evil person. Like, that's also money mindset that I've had schlepping around for a long time. Like, I've always thought, like, ooh, you shouldn't be asking for more money than you need. Like, what are you wanting more money for? You are fine, right? All these thoughts are happening in my mind. So immediately, instead of wanting to go and ask for money, meaning sitting down and working and asking people to coach with me and reaching out and all those things, no, I wouldn't do any of those things, because in my mind, subconsciously, I'm like, you have enough. You don't need more. You don't need to ask more. I had to reframe this, and I still continuously having to do that, realizing and reminding myself of the more money I can make, the more people I can help, the more I can donate to my church, the more I can give the homeless person on the corner, the more I can contribute, the more money I can make, the more I can use it for good, right? I had to reframe this for me over and over and over again. And that is the reason why. The more times I talk here, the more people I can help. Okay? Service, service, service. So it's not a lack of time. It's a lack of focus and a lack of healing the problems and the thought errors that you have underneath it. Okay? So I want to ask you today, what is one thing that you should be making time for, but you're not? Take the one thing and then try to think, what is underneath that? What's the thought underneath that? If you want some help, if you feel stuck and you are honest with yourself, you have 55,000 courses you're supposed to do and you're just never taking the action, right? It's not that you don't have time. It's that there's something that is preventing you from doing the things that you want to do. And why is what you need to uncover. That is what you need to figure out. And sometimes in this route, you realize, like, it's really not that important to me because maybe someone else wanted that more for you than you wanted it for yourself. In that case, you simply have to rewrite your story. You rewrite your script. You rewrite your goals. Okay. And that's the connection part. You connect with who you are authentically. Because, have you seen so many people being rich and having all the things and they're unhappy? Yeah, they're unhappy because maybe they're following someone else's script that is embedded in your patterns, in your paradigm. Maybe they have never realized what they really wanted, what they were after. Okay? Connect with your authentic self, because that is where happiness is. That is where success is. When you feel satisfied with your output, right, then you'll feel good. But if you're not satisfied with how you show up, what you've got going on, that's when you are unhappy. That's when you're miserable. You got to get that aligned. You got to get that aligned. And that's when you heal, you connect, that's when you level up all over the place. And it's going to be so easy. See, it's not taking a lot of energy when you are aligned. That's when you are in momentum. That's when you, it's just gonna roll and you have fun with it. Okay? When I write content, for example, I have so much fun doing that because that is who I am. I like to be creative. I like to write. I like to do things. That's when I am me. Okay? And if you can't do that, out of whatever reasons, remember, it's not the time. It's why are you not setting the boundary? Why are you not hiring help to do something? Why are you not asking somebody to step in and assist? Okay? That's what I wanted to communicate to you. So it is not the lack of time. It's a lack of focus and a lack of awareness as to where your subconscious beliefs lie. I hope this was helpful. If you want help with that, make sure you book a free discovery call or start downloading my 5 steps to walking it free. That will get you started already on the right path. All right? Links are in the comments. Have a good week. See you.